Testing 1, 2, 3. How do I sound?
Get it.
All right, let's get started. Welcome back, geekers, to the 25th episode of the Comic Guys podcast with your host Kevin and my incredible co-host Angel, coming to you straight out of the multiverse of geekness with a brand new episode for you every Friday. You already know. If you are enjoying our content and want more, you can follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, at the Comic Guy Podcast. Again, that's at the Comic Guys Podcast. And if you'd like to watch us and watch this podcast happen, you can check us out on YouTube as well. And as always, you can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Man.
Sir.
Before we get started, man, Angel, tell me what's up, man. What's going on?
Not much, man. I've been working all week long. Kind of, getting over all the news and all the stuff that came out during the week. Just finished watching today, The Gray Man.
What you thought about that? Because I watched it too, but I fell asleep, to be honest, at some point.
It had really good action scenes. And it's by the Russo brothers, so the action was impact. Like, they really had good action. Because once you hear the Russo brothers, you'll be like, oh, it's gonna give me that. And unfortunately, people are gonna be like, I want that Civil War, because that's what everybody put the Russo brothers told us that. But it was a good movie. It wasn't a Netflix movie. You know what I mean? It wasn't made for theater. It was made for Netflix.
I get you, because when the movie first started, I was like, okay, this is starting right. It's like it's starting. There was no. I felt like there was no really build up. Like it was like, okay, you follow this agent, and it just go right into the story. And I was like a little lost in the beginning. Yeah. And then I fell asleep like 20 minutes into the movie, to be honest. I'm not going to say it's good or bad yet because I have to finish the rest of the movie, which I will finish. But
yeah, I finished it today.
Yeah, from what I saw, it was okay, but I'm going to give it this next shot.
Yeah, give it a chance because once you pass the beginning of it, like the first act of it, it's kind of like giving you like the story and the origin of it. Once Ryan Gosling's character and Chris Evans' characters collide, I have to say, Chris Evans as a bad guy, bro. That dude got skills, bro. Yeah, a lot of good action scenes. Like some of the action scenes, kind of a lot reminded me of the Civil War. Like,
okay,
remember that one of the best action scenes in Civil War was the Winter Soldier versus Captain America. The first time they fought, like in the bridge. There was one part there that kind of like resembled, not that it was the same, but kind of resembled that high punching kind of scene that you'd be like, oh shit. And
yeah,
Chris Evans
like
as a bad guy, he has some good one-liners, bro.
Yeah. I can see that happening in the movie. I did wake up in some parts, so yes, I can agree that the action parts were pretty good.
This guy was like,
I was coming in and out of it. But from what I did see, for me, I don't know, Chris Evans as a bad guy, it still was good. I think he played that a very good, crazy, super focused on killing you kind of bad guy,
Yeah.
But could I see him being more bad guys? I don't know. He still looks like the Captain America for me.
I guess that's what it is. Once you picture him as, Captain America, the good old boy or whatever. Even though he came out in that movie,
Knives Out?
Oh, that. No. It was a long time ago.
You're talking about
Playlist.
Playlist.
Was it? Well, not the playlist. But you know what I'm talking about? He was like an asshole ex-boyfriend of Michael Cena. And oh my god, he used to like skateboards and stuff. It's kind of like I forgot the name of the movie, but he was a good asshole bad guy. And that's what kind of reminded me of it. It's like, yo, he's a good asshole. Like, if you're gonna be an asshole bad guy, then Chris Evans would play a good asshole bad guy. And that's what he was in this one. He was a total asshole bad guy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of great to see that.
Yeah, he was an asshole, and he was not another team movie. Man, where you get your start, you never know where you go, man. You never know where you go.
Yeah.
But man, I cannot wait to talk about what we're gonna talk about. But I think first things first, let's get in some news and updates for the week. And I think we're gonna start with something new. You know, I think we've been wanting to do this a little more.
Yes.
So, you know, I think we want to talk about some gaming news, and we're gonna get right into it.
All right. Well, let me start you off with the WB game Multiverses. They have an open beta right now in your PS5, Xbox, or Steam. So if you want to download it, it does have cross-platform. Right now, it's an open beta. You could actually get your Founders package. That's like $40. I don't know if you ever played the game Brawlhalla. It's kind of like a side view fighting game. It kind of has that aspect of the game. You can play as Wonder Woman, Superman, Bugs Bunny, Shaggy, Velma, Taz. They just added LeBron James with the Toon Squad.
Yeah.
And he kind of hit you with the basketball and kind of stuff like that. And if you guys want to see some gameplays, I did record some gameplay in my personal YouTube channel, Angel Comics, and you guys can go check it out. And it's a fun game if you want to get away from like the shooters and the, you know,
what
and
was
all
that
these other
game?
games.
What was that game that we had played? It was the DC game where you can create like a whole bunch of different characters.
DC Online?
DC Online. Is it similar to DC Online?
No, it's a fighting game. It's a straight out fighting game.
Yeah, the multiverse game. The WB Multiverse is a fighting game.
Yeah, it's a fighting game.
Okay.
So you could put, they got Batman in there. You could put Shaggy versus Batman. You could fight Shaggy. Shaggy's fighting. There's one part where Shaggy's quite funny. He goes to the ground, he picks up a sandwich, and he could throw you with the sandwich. And I was like,
God,
so there's a lot of WB guys. They even have Arya Stark. That kind of surprised me. They have Arya Stark in the game. So it's kind of like a silly fighting game with WB, kind of Smash Brothers. So it's kind of like Smash Brothers,
dope.
And it's WB, and it's pretty fun. So right now they have the open beta. I think they're gonna have it for like a week or so. And again, if you want to get the Founders package, it costs $39.99, and then they have like different packages that go for $39, $49, $59, like deluxe package, and you get more skins and like I guess they give you like rubies or something. Right now, my best character for it has to be Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman kicks ass.
Wonder Woman's fighting style. Yeah, Wonder Woman's fighting style is amazing, especially playing Wonder Woman in that game, Mortal Kombat and
DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and also playing as Wonder Woman in Injustice too.
Oh, I love Injustice. Bro.
You know, yeah, Injustice is amazing.
It's not a game like that. It's not a game like that. That's more realistic. It's more like Smash Brothers, the side view fighting.
Cool.
It's actually pretty fun.
I like that arcade kind of style.
Yeah, this actually is pretty fun. So if you guys like those characters, if you guys want to try out the game, it's on all consoles. It's cross-platform. So if you have somebody that you want to play with, that it's on PC to Xbox or whatever, you actually play, and it's a fun game. Like I said, if you want to get away from the whole shooter like Modern Warfare and stuff like that, and you kind of like those Smash Brother kind of game, you should try it out. So, I recommend it. And I said I have a gameplay in my YouTube channel, so check it out. What else do we have?
Grand
This
Theft
is
Auto
me.
6.
Go ahead.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited because we all been waiting for this for so long. But Grand Theft Auto 6, we finally get a freaking update on this damn game, bro. And it's been so long. I think since 2014, since Grand Theft Auto 5 was... no, actually, this game has been developed since 2014. So there's been talks about this game since 2014, and we're finally getting a date for this. Well, it's not confirmed, but according to industry analysts, they're thinking that the next Grand Theft Auto will be coming out sometime in 2024, around there. So around 2024, which could be even earlier, maybe April 2023. You know, it could happen around there, sometime during the take two of that year. So people are kind of skeptical about it, especially developers, because this is going to be a good quality.
We've been hearing about it forever.
Yeah, it better be good. But something else that's pretty cool about this game is that it's been confirmed that the playable character that you'll be playing in this game, the protagonist, is going to be a female Latina character.
That's pretty cool.
Which will be the first for the series ever. And it's going to be the theme of the game is going to be part of like a pair of like bank robbers, kind of like on Bonnie and Clyde, So that's interesting.
That is interesting. And it's gonna be cool that we're gonna have not just a female protagonist, but also a Latina represented. I personally, I'm excited that we're gonna have a female protagonist. I don't know. I would think that by you having like GTA 5 online, it's a very popular game. Everybody loves playing the game. They even have role-playing modes available for GTA 5.
Yeah.
You go to
Actually,
YouTube and stuff.
There was something I heard too. People even have their own communities on GTA Online where you have to pay for it to get in.
Yeah. There's one that's called Pixel. Pixel. It's very famous. A lot of the most famous Twitch and YouTubers, they go. It's a role play, so you role play as whatever you want. I mean, they give you. You have to go to jobs. I mean, you have to make money and everything. It's a very big community that GTA 5 has grown up. But the character is like you create your own character in GTA 5 to go online, right? I'm totally excited about it. We have a female protagonist and is a Latina, representing the Latino community. That's awesome. But there's gonna be people that's gonna always fight. I would think that by the time the GTA 6 come out, well, whatever, GTA 7, they should have the campaign that you can create your own character. Regardless if you're Latino, if you're white, if you're black, it doesn't matter. You create your own character and do the campaign, the story mode of the game with your character that you could also take to the online. And it would make it more, how do you say, you'll be more invested in it because it's a character that you created, that you want to go forward with it. And because I like games that you could create your own character, because you could make them fat, skinny, big, tall, big arms, little arms.
Do you think that it's time for Grand Theft Auto to do something similar as these other gaming platforms like Fortnite, where you download the game and then you could continue downloading different kinds of things for the game? So instead of coming out with like GTA 7, 8, 9, do you think that they just do Grand Theft Auto, and then it's just you can download multiple stories? That's what they're kind of doing with GTA 5 online.
Yeah.
You can do more stories. So I get what you're saying. So do you think that this GTA 6, it's been much anticipated, and I've wanted it? Do you think that most people? You think most other people will want it? But you do bring up a good question though. How is this going to be different than what we already have? Because what we already have is already so good.
I think that what we're gonna get from it is gonna be a better graphics, so it's gonna be a little bit more realistic.
Maybe they'll use that Unreal. Maybe they'll use that Unreal Engine software.
Oh, they're definitely gonna use Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 right now is taking over, bro. And if Rockstar is come on, man. This Rockstar kept GTA 5 alive for 10 plus years. Okay? It's been alive since then. And it has grown over the years. Like you said before, they have every few months, they'll be like, hey, we're going to give you a new update with new stories for your online community, with new cars and new banks, and they adding boats, and they add apartments with, now you could buy a house and you could buy a mansion, and then you just go in there and you fulfill this
like Sims
fantasy. Yeah, it's a Sims with guns. It's a Sims with guns. In reality, it is.
Yeah, but I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this game, but it does bring up a good question. How is this going to be different from the other one, from Grand Theft Auto 5? But we'll see. I'm still excited for the female protagonist. I'm just excited that there's a new game coming out.
Yeah. The most thing is
we've been wanting this. What?
The story. They have to give us a good story, because the one thing that everybody loved about GTA 5 was the dynamic of the story. You could be Michael Franklin to crazy ass Trevor. Everybody loved the character of Trevor because he was just a crazy lunatic. So when you come up with that, you have to be like, hey, we have to give him a hell of a story so people could buy that. And we've been waiting for this game is gonna make money just because we've been waiting for so long for this game that people are gonna buy this to check it out. Now, like you said, is it gonna be different from GTA 5? Are they gonna give us something different that GTA 5 is not giving us? And how is that gonna make us leave GTA 5 since it's such a great game? Because the one that took over GTA 5 is the online. The online part is what distinguishes you away. So what are they going to give us in GTA 6 that is going to be different from GTA 5, especially for the online? Are they going to give us new modes for the GTA Online? Are they going to give us like modes like, hey, this server is going to be for role playing and you could do this and that, while this one is for more of if you want to rub banks and do this and do that? What is the difference that they're going to give us? That's the kind of questions that a lot of people have been asking for. Like, give us something new. If not, just keep updating GTA 5 and just give us new content. You've been doing it for 10 plus years, you know?
That's true. I'm excited for it. Other games, let's see. Oh, video game publisher Electronic Arts, EA, has been reportedly working with Marvel Games to develop multiple projects. I say it again, multiple Marvel projects that are tied to the comic book brand. This.
Wait, what was that? You said multiple?
Multiple. And this is just days after they announced that the Black Panther game is gonna happen. So, and it looks like EA wants to really build a really great relationship with Marvel, because as you already know, Guardians of the Galaxy and Marvel's Avengers was developed by Square Enix. But Square Enix, as some people might know, they just got they sold off a couple of their studios, both of their studios, and now that means that Marvel games are up for grabs for anybody, and it looks like EA wants to get in the game. Saw what I did there?
I like that. That's pretty good. But I this is very interesting news. I kind of saw something about the whole EA. Okay, one of the best games that I played for EA in the recent years has to be Star Wars Fallen Order. The story of it,
yes.
The graphics on it and everything was great. If they give me a Black Panther game with a good story like they did with the Star Wars with the Fallen Order, I'm all down for it. But then they're not the only other company that is doing Marvel hero games, because we got who was it that created Spider-Man?
Sony.
No, but it was a company with Sony. But whoever created, like, they doing Wolverine also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and Spider-Man 2. And I know it's straight to console, so we are getting some more Marvel games, you know, apart from EA. Now, is EA gonna take over like the Avengers part? Because it looks like Black Panther could lead into more like Iron Man or Captain America games. Because Marvel's Avengers for Square Enix was great. It's a great game. I love playing it. But Guardians of the Galaxy, I played that game and I was really, really impressed. The story was great. The graphics. Oh man. I know it's not a multiplayer. It's a single player, but the story on it, the way that you could play with all the characters, you know, your main character will be of course Star-Lord, and then you interact with the other characters and they come in and help you whenever you need them. So but they have all the Guardians there with you through the whole story. So that is it was really, really awesome game. So I definitely suggest if you have a chance to get it, definitely get it. But again, if you're gonna give me a Black Panther story, it better be a real good one, because if you did it with Star Wars, they're taking a big risk to be the first game being Black Panther game, because you're gonna get ridiculed very quickly, because Black Panther has become
it's become
in the recent
culturally influential, not like any other Marvel project. It just has a cultural impact, and especially if this game is gonna come out around when the movie comes out, maybe, we don't know, maybe later, but anyways, like you're saying, this game, there's gonna be a lot of expectations for this Black Panther game, and if this game doesn't do well, who knows what this partnership between EA and Marvel games will look like? Because you're right, there are other competitors out there too.
Yeah, Spider-Man was such a great game. Miles Morales was a great game. You told me that you love Spider-Man game, and did you ever finish Miles Morales?
Yeah, I finished Miles Morales. That was a really great game.
And they're coming up with Wolverine. That's most anticipated game for me to play. I would love to see what they're gonna do with Wolverine. That's a big, because if they fuck up, Marvel's gonna be like, yo, fuck you, I'm not giving you no more projects. So
we'll see.
Are they gonna do single players, or are they gonna do? And that's the whole thing. Is it gonna be a single player base game, or are they gonna do a multiplayer game? Because a lot of people want a Marvel multiplayer game. They were talking about getting a Marvel, kind of a DC Online, but with Marvel characters, and now it has been canceled. That kind of sucks. Cause I was really wanting that game. Like, man.
Yeah, man. I remember, like we talked about it before on the podcast, Marvel Alliance was such a great game, and I think Marvel has, you know, their games are great. If EA is going to try to like really be the forefront of like the Disney version of like games for Marvel, then that's a big toll. We'll see what's gonna happen. Do you have hope that this partnership will be successful? I'm getting the sense that you think it might, but also it might not.
See, the thing is with EA, EA has a bad rep for microtransactions. They did it with Star Wars Battlefront 2, and it was a great game, and then it just kind of went down. But again, for me, they kind of stepped it up when they came into the Star Wars universe and gave us Fallen Order, and I literally love Fallen Order. The story was great, the graphics were great, everything about it was awesome.
Maybe Marvel games looked at that and they're like, hey, if they can do this with Star Wars, then they can do a hell of a job with our stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope so. That's the thing that I'm like, please bring us. If you're gonna give us a good, especially for Black Panther, give us a really good story behind it that's gonna make us, because Star Wars, you played it. and you got immersed into that universe.
It was
So
an amazing game. I think we can talk. I think we can move on to some other news. That's it for games. We're gonna talk again. We're gonna talk more about games. We're gonna try to do some more about games every week. But I think we're getting into some anime news because there has been a lot of anime news coming out recently, especially with a lot of live action projects becoming. But first, let's talk about the one that we've all been waiting for, One Punch Man Season 3. We finally got some information about it. The last time that we heard anything about One Punch Man was how long ago? When was the last season of One Punch Man?
But I could honestly tell you, I'm not a One Punch Man fan, so I really don't know too much about One Punch Man.
So then we can skip it. How about the One Piece? Let's get into it.
Now One Piece.
So
we could talk a little bit about. So One Punch Man. The rumors are that season 3 is coming. So for those of you that are One Punch Man, fans, maybe we are gonna get a season 3 release between early mid 2024. So for those of you that has been excited for the One Punch Man that are fans, I just haven't gave it a chance. So maybe I have to give it a chance. But if you guys are fans, hey, there's gonna be exciting news for you guys that you guys are gonna get a season 3 for One Punch Man. I'm not a fan. I never seen it. Are you a fan? Did you ever see it?
I saw season 1. I haven't finished season 2.
Okay. So, but for those of you that are excited for it, hey, I'm glad you guys getting in season 3. I'm now the ones that we're going to One Piece. I am very excited for this. You haven't watched One Piece yet.
No, I haven't finished. Yo, I go in and out of One Piece, man. There's so many damn episodes to that show.
And you think about it, yes, but if you watch it, then you get invested in it, and you probably won't.
Yeah.
You probably not even gonna know that it's like, wow, I just went through 1,000 episodes because I remember when I first started.
When I first started Naruto, man, Naruto went on for a while, and you do get lost in just how many episodes you go through.
Yeah,
and then you start noticing which ones are the filler episodes. So I'll be like, oh, here's a filler episode, so I'm just gonna pay attention if I'm not really paying attention. Come on, everybody does it. Don't lie to yourself, guys. There are some filler episodes that it's like, okay, let's just watch this episode just to watch it.
Bro, if you don't skip a filler episode, then you're not really a fan, because a lot of people skip filler episodes when you know you're gonna be a filler episode. Be like, I don't need to watch this. But then you go back and watch it, be like, oh my god, I kind of missed that, because it kind of reference in the future episodes. Hey, remember when we did this? And you'd be like,
they do reference that. Yeah.
When did that character come in? And it's like, it was that damn filler episode that I skipped over. But
well, One Piece live action Netflix news. We got an update, and the series has found their young Luffy.
Luffy, first of all.
And the series has found their young Luffy.
Yes. And I don't know if whoever is there's a lot of One Piece fans, but whoever geekers out there that is a One Piece fan, let us know in the comments. If you're a One Piece fan, let us know in the comments, because this is last season. The Warring Wano. Holy freaking monkey balls, dude.
The series is coming to an end, right? Soon?
No. Oda just said, yo, there was a thing with Oda. He's the creator of One Piece, that he's also behind the live action, and that's why I'm very excited for the live action. A lot of people were like, oh, I can't believe they're gonna grab Inaki Gude as Monkey D. Luffy. It's like, dude, Monkey D. Luffy is Brazilian. Oda even said it in an interview that all the One Piece are from different places. They're not Japanese or anything. Because a lot of people think when you watch an anime, those characters are Japanese. Like, no, Oda created this, and he said that this is where they're from. Like, Frankie is from, he's from America. He's an American. And, so I was very excited when he said that he said that the first 1,000 episodes was just putting the team together, and now the real story is beginning. So I don't know if he's saying that that's going to be
What? The first 1,000 episodes was just putting the team together, and now this is just the beginning?
Because now they're going to go for the One Piece, and that's what they've been after. That's what Luffy been after since the get-go. So now they're going after the One Piece. I don't know if that's going to be another 1,000 episodes.
Yo, I'm so fucking... My mouth is still dropped by that. Like, man, that's crazy.
So it's going to be very great. I wasn't a One Piece fan. I don't know if you're the kind of person that I am. As me and you, we grew up with cartoons. We love drawing. When I first saw One Piece, I wasn't in it because of the art. It didn't like capture me. So I was like, I'm probably gonna, I'm probably like, I'll probably skip it. And then everybody's talking about it. My best friend was telling me, hey, you should watch it. So I watched like the first 5 episodes and I got invested. And I'm like, we went through it. I'm catched up to it. I'm up to date with it. And the graphics do become better after a while. The art becomes better. When it was announced that the One Piece live action from Netflix was announced, I got scared. I was like, oh shit.
Why?
They gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, because it's hard. Live action anime I think is a hard genre to create into live action. This announcement though seems promising. Like, it sounds promising. You're excited for it. So I think fans should be excited for it too.
Especially
also
yeah, go ahead.
Especially if the creator is saying, "Hey, this is what One Piece was meant to be."
Yeah, and you know what was the thing? Like I said, when I heard the news that they were making a One Piece live action, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna fuck it up. I don't know what we're gonna get out about it. But then I'm like, when I saw that Oda is behind the live action and he's behind casting, I was like, that's awesome, because now you have the creator of this anime behind the live action, and it gives us a promise that it's gonna be good. Because come on, he's a creator. He's not gonna be like, you guys could do whatever you want. He's like, no, this is my baby. You guys can do what I say or not. So I'm actually excited for the One Piece live action. I mean, I seen a couple of things with like Inaki Gude. He kind of looks like Luffy. You know what I'm saying? Makenju, I don't know how to say his name. I've messed up how to say his name. I'm very sorry. As Zoro, bro, that's my favorite character in the whole damn thing, bro. Zoro is the best friend, brother that everybody wants. This guy stuck by Luffy through some shit, bro. Yo, you don't understand. Like, once you start seeing the show and you're gonna notice a couple things that he did for Luffy, you're gonna be like, damn. Taz Skylar as Sanji, I can't wait to actually see him. Jacob Romero Gibson as Usopp, that's also one of my favorite characters. And Emily Rudd as Nami, just showing these characters live action. And one of my favorite villains is Jeff Ward, and I loved him, and he came out in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. For the last couple seasons. He's gonna be Buggy the Clown, and Buggy the Clown is one of my favorite villains in the One Piece. He's a clown. He's dressed as a clown, but his limbs come apart, and that's how he fights you.
What?
Yeah, like he could throw his hand and punch you from far. And he's a freaking jerk, but he's such a great jerk character that you love him. So I'm actually excited to see the live action. Geekers, are you guys excited for the live action Netflix? If you guys are, you know what to do. Leave us in the comments. I know you haven't seen it. What do you expect about the One Piece live action? Like, are you excited for it because you want to see something different?
I have to watch the show, to be honest, but I can say that I would definitely check out the live action show. Maybe the live action show will help motivate me to watch the cartoon.
I think you should watch the cartoon for it could be motivation for you to see the live action. I know. You know what it is? People get intimidated when they look at the One Piece anime and be like 1,000 episodes, but then you think about it, dude. You watched Naruto 700 and something episodes.
I did. Yes. Yeah.
So watch another 200 on top of that.
Like I said, whichever one I get to first, I'm definitely gonna check out the live action. I think for sure, because I would love to see. I just want to see a live action anime become successful. We haven't really seen that, so yeah. I'm excited for this. Okay, I think we're gonna move on to the last piece of news. We're gonna go into some comic book news real quick. I think I'm excited to announce that DC is going to bring back the Death of Superman. They're going to bring back some of the polybags that they had and some of the armbands that they had for the 30th anniversary special, which is in November. So they're going to drop Death of Superman 30th anniversary special in November. I remember that story being an amazing story. It was really sad, seeing Superman die at the end. But I loved it. I loved the whole story broke. I remember I was in high school when that came out. Damn, 30th anniversary, and I'm like, I was in high school. That tells you how old I am. I was a baby, dude. And I remember that it came out in the news. And it came out in the news, and people was like, "Oh my God, the Death of Superman!" Like if it was a real, like Superman, died, like if Superman really died, like if it was a real person that died, and I was like, it was in the news everywhere. People were crying, like shirts were made saying "Rip Superman." I even did one because I was in my home ec class, like not home ec, that you do like shirts and stuff, like at school. Yeah. And I remember, bro, it was such a moment. And I'm so thrilled that they actually going to bring back the story and bring back, the polybags and the armbands. And it, wow, 30th anniversary. Yeah, man, 30th anniversry. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this. This is going to be exciting. Nobody... But like, you put up a good point. Nobody ever expected Superman to die, and this was the story that said, "Hey, Superman did die." Oh man, it was just like the fighting part of the comic book and everything. Remember, at that time they didn't have the animated movies. So when you see the animated movies, you'll be like, "Oh, Superman died," but the whole reading it, bro, and just having it on the news, like if it was a regular news, like, hey, this guy just got killed, it was like, no. They put in the news like, oh my God, Superman's dead, and I'm like, what? Damn. It was an amazing time. So I'm actually happy about it. Yeah, I'm happy too, man. Something else that is coming up with the anniversary. Spider-Man, its 60th anniversary is soon. It was first released in 1962. So, and another milestone is coming up for Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man. The 900th issue is set to come out. And yeah, it's gonna be the Amazing Spider-Man number 6, which marks the 900th issue. And it's going to arrive just in time for the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man. And it's going to be an oversized issue, so it's going to be a big book. And it's just going to introduce new villains to Qualler, as well as like some classic rivals such as Vulture, Doctor Octopus, Raven the Hunter, Electro, Mysterio, and Sandman. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna have to go get this comic book.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to. This, I'm reading this and it says the Sinister Adaptoid, which possesses the powers of each of the Sinisters.
That sounds pretty.
That sounds scary as hell.
It does.
Talking about Spider-Man, there was a TikTok trend, or not a TikTok trend. I saw this TikTok, and you answer me this: would you be more scared of a smiling Batman or a silent Spider-Man?
I would think. I would. Oh man, that's a pretty good one. I would say I would be more scared of a laughing Batman, just because Batman is scary in general. But then to add up laughing to it,
a lot of people have disagreed with you. A lot of people are saying that a silent Spider-Man is scarier, and they made a point in one of the comic books that he came out. He had longivitis. Something's wrong with your throat. He couldn't talk.
Meningitis, yeah.
And
no, I think I don't even know.
I don't even know. Yeah, he couldn't talk. Okay, and he went against Mysterio and I forgot who the other villain was. And everybody knows that Spider-Man is known for his quips. He every time he fights, he says something smart. You know, he will say something smart at you. And the guy was like, "So what's going on, Spider-Man? You have nothing to say, blah blah blah, this and that." And Spider-Man, because he couldn't talk, he didn't say nothing. And one of the scenes, the only thing that Mysterio said was, "Uh-oh." And then they were all captured. And even after Civil War, when Spider-Man decided to tell people that he's Peter Parker, Kingpin decided to send some assassins to kill Peter Parker, and Aunt May got hit. Peter Parker, dressed up in a black suit, went into the prison. As Peter Parker, he took out the mask. As Peter Parker, beat the living shit out of Kingpin. Grabbed him by he had no shirt, grabbed him by the skin of his chest, and said to him, "If Aunt May dies, I will come back and I will shoot this web to your mouth so you could suffocate in 3 seconds." And this was as Peter Parker.
What? That was in a comic book?
That was in a comic book. And with that said, you know that Spider-Man holds his punches back?
Yeah, he's that strong.
There was I don't know, there's another comic book, and we're going to get into the rest of it, but there was a comic book, because the next news is pretty hype. I'm like talking to you, and I'm looking at the next news, and I'm like, yeah, that's next news. But let me tell you this part real quick. There was when Dr. Octopus switched into the body of Peter Parker that became the Spectacular Spider-Man, he noticed how strong Spider-Man was because he punched this dude's jaw and broke it, like, off. And he said, how the hell did this guy keeps from not killing everybody? And it's because he holds himself back. So that's
even when he's fighting his worst enemies.
He punched the shit out of Hulk. So you know how strong he is, okay?
Yeah.
But enough about Spider-Man. We are excited. The 900th issue of the Amazing. That's a freaking milestone in itself. Spider-Man been going on since 1962. World favorite character ever of any character. Everybody knows Spider-Man. Doesn't matter what age you are. Everybody knows Spider-Man. And that's kind of awesome when there's a comic book character that everybody knows, no matter how old you are. and no matter just worldwide. But the next news, go ahead, man. Just give me the next news because this right here, I'm looking at it and I'm like,
well, Keanu Reeves, man, he has been getting more and more into the comic book world. He might have already been a comic book fan since forever. You know, if you did The Matrix, then you definitely, and you've done Bill and Ted, you definitely have to be a comic book fan from the beginning. And he's making his own comic book series. He made his own comic book series, the Berserker. The first issues were amazing. Now that whole first story is done, there's going to be more of Berserker. And Berserker, it was successful. The whole comic book series was successful, and now they're thinking about taking it to the big screen. I read some of the Berserker comics. They're really good. They're really fucking gory, man. This Berserker is a great character.
How's the story?
He's like, bro, it's like almost like it would remind me of like Wolverine and Rambo.
Dang.
Think about Wolverine and Rambo mixed together, bro. so like,
but is the story a good follow story? Like you could follow the story while it goes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the story's amazing. It's about a soldier who, it's amazing story. So,
okay.
Keanu Reeves, he's been doing a lot in comic books, in his own comic, and he's also, he's going to be in DC Super Pets as Batman, the voice. But he recently also expressed that interest in playing an old man Batman.
I did see that.
Live action old man Batman.
I did see that I am down.
Yeah. This is what he said. It's always been my dream to play Batman. But Robert Pattinson's got Batman right now, and he's doing awesome. But Reeves said maybe down the road, maybe when they need an older Batman, he would probably want to be the one.
I am down for it. As a matter of fact, they don't even have to wait down the line. I would like to see an old Batman story. As a matter of fact, that could lead into, if they know how to create it right and they do an old man Batman.
I already know what you're gonna say.
You already read my mind. Think about it. You give me an old man Batman, and then at the end, you introduce Terry McGinnis, and then it goes on to Batman Beyond, and you could still keep him as the mentor for Terry. But I still want to see a solo. Fuck that. I would like to see a Keanu Reeves Batman. I think that would be freaking awesome. He has the charisma for it too.
I think also too, for a long time, like a lot of fans wanted to see Keanu Reeves be Batman Beyond, be him. And so for him to be saying, hey, I would want to play an older Batman, you're right, man. Maybe this could lead to Batman Beyond. If it does,
they could work on it. As you think about it, bro. Well, right now, I mean, when you have an actor that says, my dream, like Tom Holland said that he always dreamed of playing Spider-Man. He would love to play it. And boom, he got the job and he's doing great as Peter Parker. If you have an actor that says, I would love to play Batman, and you as a company you haven't started writing this movie, what the fuck are you waiting for? As soon as he said, I would love to play Batman, hold on, let me write this down and start doing the story right now. WB, I need you to call Keanu Reeves' manager right now, tell him that we're doing this. We don't need to have him audition. It's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Keanu Reeves is beloved in the comic book community, so he would be a great Batman.
He's loved everywhere, bro.
Yeah, he's loved everywhere. He would just be a great Batman, and see him as an old man Batman, he can do it for sure. But I think we're gonna take a break before we get into our main topic. Just a little sneak peek of what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna give you a recap of Comic-Con, but stay tuned. We're gonna take a little break.